Sports deals and contracts are some of the biggest and most expensive in the world, but this time the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has made history like nothing we've seen or heard before. Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're looking at Patrick Mahomes become the highest paid footballer. Number 10, Patrick Mahomes is the new star. Ever since he was drafted to the NFL, the quarterback has something of a record breaker. It seems like every time there's a new record, Patrick is there to break it, and this time it so happens that he added something more to his list. He had a phenomenal career in the NFL so far, and he was recently awarded for his rise. He made the biggest deal in sports history by signing a contract extension for 10 years of a whopping $503 million. You heard that correct? That's more money than 10 ordinary people put together can make in their lifetime. Sure, there are plenty of players out there that have come and signed pretty amazing contracts, but none has been able to say they are worth $500 million, and the team is so confident that he's going to be a valuable asset for them. And they didn't even bat an eyelash when they decided to shell out $503 million to secure the quarterback for the entire decade. No one has been able to achieve this yet, not even one of the best pro football players in Europe. This is what makes Mahomes stand out so much. Number 9, early days. The American footballer Patrick Mahomes II was born on a sleep near 17 in 1995 in the town of Tyler, Texas. It was there that he attended White House High School. He not only played football but also dabbled in basketball. Standing at 6'3", we can say his basketball career must have looked promising, but we are glad he turned his attention to football. Right from his school days, he displayed incredible strength and was one of the school's star athletes. Even back then, he could tell that he would be something great one day, only they didn't know how great. His school record including 15 rushing touchdowns, about 50 passing touchdowns, 948 rushing yards, and a whopping 4,619 passing yards. At that age, he was shown that he's capable of, and people started to take notice of him early on. Number 8, he almost had a baseball career. What would have thought that the NFL legend could have actually been playing baseball this entire time? He was already great at basketball, but he wanted to play football instead. But he didn't just stop at that, he also played baseball in his school. Some athletes train in a single sport all their life, and they can never dream of being where Mahomes is today. But it seems to us like Mahomes was just born to be a star. His blood is filled with talent and a hunger for sports, but it just so happened that he chose football over basketball and baseball. But it is quite nut-baked that his baseball days were really good and he was a great player. If he wanted to pursue it, he could have even gone pro someday. As a pitcher, he threw a no-hitter with 16 strikeouts in a single game. Now, if that doesn't tell you about his skill, we don't know what will. He was even named the Male Athlete of the Year by an American website called Max Preps. He actually quite disappointed quite a few people by choosing football over baseball. Some have even argued that because he has played multiple sports, he knows how to play and it gives him an added advantage when he plays football because he's fit and agile on his feet. That could be very well so, and we are glad to stay true to his gut instincts and stuck with football. Number 7, college days. After he graduated as a star athlete from a school in Texas, he then went on to join Texas Tech. Here too, he dabbled in football and baseball, and it looks like the star was a little torn between the sports. He was so good that he started to catch more than a few eyes. During the draft for Major League Baseball, he was even selected by the Detroit Tigers to play with them. It was a major opportunity that anyone else would have jumped at. But Patrick stayed true to his heart and passion and chose not to play for the Tigers, but chose to pursue his football career instead. We can honestly say he made the right choice. Number 6, start a football career. His college football career started off against the Oklahoma State Cowboys when he was brought in as a replacement for the quarterback Davis Matthews-Webb. He also played as a starter against the Texas Longhorns after he completed 13 of 21 passes in just the first game he was kept on as a starter for the last 3 games. In the game against the Baylor Bears, he threw 589 yards with 6 touchdowns. It was in his sophomore season that he started playing as the quarterback. Each game he would have 4 to 5 passing touchdowns consecutively, and no one could deny the young athlete was brimming with talent. He won the Sammy Baugh Trophy and was named Academic All-American second team. Number 5, the NFL Draft. In 2017, he announced that he would enter the NFL Draft, and all over people had their eyes on him. He was the new blood to sort and ready for playing. He was one of the most sought-after players in the draft and had 18 Pro Bay workouts and visits with big teams like the Arizona Cardinals, New Orleans Saints, LA Chargers, Chicago Bears, and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that kind of impressive college record he'd had, it didn't come as a shocker. It was eventually the Kansas City Chiefs who chose him in the first draft. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. After being chosen by the team, he became the first quarterback to be selected in the first draft since 1983. He signed a $16.42 million contract with the Chiefs in 2017. He then made his debut against the Denver Broncos and they even secured a win. In 2018, the Chiefs announced that they would trade Alex Smith to give Mahomes an opportunity to be the quarterback the whole season. His impressive performance got him recognized as AFC Player of the Week. He proved to be an asset that the Chiefs were looking for, and he indeed made the best trade. Number 3, breaking records. He broke the record for most touchdown passes in the first 3 games when he played against the Steelers. In the same game, he broke another record for most touchdown passes in the first few weeks. He won't be the Player of the Week again, and then became the first quarterback to win 2 consecutive Player of the Week titles. He was also named the AFC Offensive Player of the Month. Since then, he began making record-breaking touchdowns like 304 passing touchdowns against the Denver Broncos, 358 passing yards, and an interception, and 303 passing touchdowns against the Broncos again. Against the Oakland Raiders in the 17th week, he became the second quarterback to score 50 passing touchdowns with 5,000 passing yards and one of the 7 NFL players to record this in just one single season. Though they lost the championship to the New England Patriots, it was Mahomes' 278 passing yards and 1 rushing touchdown that actually took the Kansas City Chiefs the AFC Championship for the first time since 1993. Number 2, making history. Ever since he stepped on the field and took over as the quarterback for the Chiefs, Mahomes has not been looking back. It seems like he is almost unstoppable. He has been breaking records like no one has ever seen before. Chiefs won their first ever Super Bowl in 50 years against the 49ers, all thanks to Mahomes' 3 consecutive touchdowns. He became the youngest player to ever win Super Bowl and league MVP and just before 2025. So it's no wonder that the Chiefs came up with one of the most of a kind contract with a huge sum for their most special player. Number 1, the future of Mahomes. As for the future, it looks pretty bright for Mahomes. He's still very young and in his prime, so the 10-year contract he signed with the Chiefs could very well not be his list. Quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, or even Drew Brees have been immortalized when it comes to NFL, and the way Mahomes is going, if he's able to keep it up, he'll be joking their ranks pretty soon. Some already consider him right up there and he'll be known as one of the NFL greats. And with that being said, it's time to end our video, but before that, we want to know, are you a fan of Patrick Mahomes? You know what to do. See you in the comments section. We hope that you enjoyed this video. Consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.